See, people, I can be fair when it comes to what I think is a really cool Black Series reveal. So a couple days ago, as a lot of you know by now, we had Black Chrysanthemum revealed for the Black Series line, at least the comic version. Hopefully we will get a different Book of Boba Fett version eventually. A lot of people with that version that got announced a couple days ago aren't super happy with it. Thank you guys again for blowing up the video that I made on that. I really appreciate it. But now we have the Amazon exclusive Star Wars The Black Series Bad Batch version of Cad Bane here shown off. It looks incredible. It's got a lot of new parts with a little bit of reuse. As you can see here, I have a side-by-side comparison. On the left, we have the previous version. On the right, we have the new version. You could definitely tell the differences. Of course, the hat, I believe, is going to be the same sculpt, just different paint. And, it's molded in brown, a brighter brown compared to the previous one. We do have, for some reason, the air vent, his, tubes and whatnot, his cheeks aren't shown off here on the right. It was shown off in the pack I showed off a second ago, so I assume we're going to get those. But as you can see, different head sculpts completely. Upper torso is different with the armor pieces, at least for the new one. And the shoulder armor, as you can see on the new one, is different than what we have with the coat version on the left. I believe the gauntlets, hands, and pistols are reused between both versions, which is fine. That's how it looked in the Bad Batch, he still had those parts. Now, as you can see with the belt and the holsters were actually part of the coat on the previous version, and it's separate here. We don't have the coat on the new one, as you can see. So those are completely new sculpt. The hip joints, I think, going into the crotch piece, I believe are reused, which I can't really tell because of how some of the sculpting on the previous one is covering the hip joints. But you could tell upper legs where the leg swivel is very different when it comes to sculpting. Even the boots and the shins and whatnot, and the thrusters are different on the new one compared to the previous one. I believe the feet might be reused, like the actual feet sculpt. If so, I don't care that much. That's just I can't really tell. Just looking at all these different, similarities and differences between both figures, man. Lots of new for the new one, and I am very impressed with how much new is on here. And I think it looks really good. They could have easily reused the head sculpt and reused a lot of other parts, kind of like what they're doing with Black Chrysanthemum, if you ask me. But they went ahead and just retooled a lot of it, either retooled or just straight up made new stuff. And I think they did a really good choice, basically just retooling a lot of it. It is a very nice looking piece. I can't get enough of just how good this looks to me. Cad Bane is, I think, the previous one was one of the best Black Series that they have ever made. This one here looks like, I don't want to say an improvement, but it's definitely a different version of that figure. Maybe not a lot of people like this look. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think there's a lot of hate for it, but, the previous version, they really nailed because it was such an iconic look of how he usually looked in the Clone Wars. With Bad Batch, it's a completely different design. So, there are people who probably either don't have the previous one and need one, and they'll get this new one, or completionists, they have the previous one, they'll get this one here. There are some people who just want the Clone Wars version, which is fine. I think some retailers are restocking sometime either this year or next year of that previous version. Either way, though, I'm going to try to pre-order this. If I can't, I have the previous version. I can live without this one, but it still is very cool. If you need some kind of Cad Bane, which they'll probably make another one, but yeah, man, very, very cool figure being shown off, and I am super excited to try to get this, hopefully. And if you haven't gotten it, I recommend trying to get this one at least, or there's the previous one that some retailers are restocking. Those could be sold out by now, those pre-orders. Anyway, what do you guys think about this new reveal for Cad Bane? You guys have heard my repeated thoughts more enough. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.